When you first saw Halo, were you blinded by its majesty?
Maybe.
Paralyzed? Dumbstruck?
Paralyzed, dumbstruck? I have to admit, yes, I was. Halo Infinite. This trailer, it was breathtaking, beautiful, picture-worthy even. I mean, everything about it just, wow. It's something you've never seen before. I mean, in the old, very first E3 trailer, they showed an open world, but nothing like this. Graphically, it's breathtaking. I mean, everyone's talking about it online. It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see where this goes in the future, what they're going to do with it. Right now, everyone's just speculating as if, like, what's going to happen, what's the story going to be, because, you know, Master Chief was on the hill at the end, and he was alone, just standing there. The ruins, the text, wherever that was in a cave, people online have deciphered it as enemy within, possibly alluding to the return of the Flood. That would be interesting. I know a lot of people don't care for the Flood, but I personally think they're one of the most interesting enemies to fight, aside from the Covenant. Those are my top two. I really, really hope all this stuff makes it into the game, and this isn't just a showpiece. I know that when they showed the trailer after Halo 4, it was pretty much just getting people hyped up for the next game, because Master Chief was in his cloak, he had the chip, he was trying to find Cortana, but and then he runs into the Guardian, but in the end, none of that stuff actually made it in to Halo 5, because you were playing as Agent Locke and Team Osiris for the majority of the game, and Master Chief didn't even have a cloak. I mean, from what we've seen, they've shown the interior of the Pelican when it was crashed, and someone zoomed in and enhanced it and showed the date, and it's apparently a year and a half after the events of Halo 5, so a lot's taken place. It might be they're just trying to change the aesthetics to appease the older fans, because there's been a lot of negative feedback, and overwhelmingly there's been a lot of people celebrating because they like to see the old look for his armor, they like to see the old Marines, they like to see the open world. What Halo Infinite is, nobody really knows. Your guess is as good as mine. I personally, I think it's going to be a Halo, some Breath of the Wild type of game, where you're going to be hunting animals, and you're going to be, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe it's an open world game like Skyrim when you interact with characters, but maybe another idea could be is Destiny, where it's a giant open map. You go to each load zone to initiate, that specific campaign type level. I'm almost 100% certain they're going to copy the gameplay mechanics of Destiny, and it's just going to be pretty much a copy of that. We'll have to see. Personally, I do not know. The Warthog underwater. I made a joke earlier with one of my friends saying that it's probably one of those Warthogs from Relic, when your teammate used to drive you off the cliff right when you're about to capture the flag.
Flag return.
I don't know how a Warthog got in the water. Maybe a UNSC ship got destroyed from a few years back, and then all the equipment, fell into the water. Who knows? I mean, a year and a half after the events of Halo 5, so a lot has happened. Cortana, if she's still in control of the Halo ring, I mean, what has she done in that time period? Like, at the end of Halo 5, she had control of the Halo rings, and then she emitted an EMP pulse and pretty much disabled everything. The UNSC Infinity escaped, and then he ends up teaming up with Arbiter and Dr. Halsey, Sarah Palmer, him and Osiris and Blue Team are together, but that was it. We have no clue what happened after that. I really hope they don't just pick up a year and a half later and just leave it up to our imagination, or make us have to read books or comic books to figure out what happened in that time period. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I want them to tell a story that picks up kind of, or at least in a flashback, something to connect the two dots. I understand the Halo 5 story wasn't very popular, and they want to wash over it as quickly and as effectively as possible, but ignoring story plot points because you don't like how you told your story previously, in my opinion, would be a big mistake. Like I said, Halo Infinite, more questions than there are answers. I truthfully think that what Bonnie said at the 2017 DICE Summit has a lot to do with the direction they're headed with Halo Infinite. Here's a clip. Take a look.
You know, Halo is about wonder. You know, that it's about the mythos of that universe. And the first time we all saw that Halo, it was life-changing. And when you look at that expansive world that we didn't know existed, or I would say Marty O'Donnell and the music that he put there gave it a theatrical grandeur that I don't think we'd experienced before. It's about heroism, you know, it is about saving humanity. And Master Chief is the hero, but he's also you. If Master Chief is the body, Cortana is the heart, and I'd say brains, then you as the player are the soul. And I think that's a really impactful trinity. It's about creativity. You know, I put some kind of goofy fan pictures up here, but it really is about that sandbox world that Halo had where you could do anything. You know, for me it was in Silent Cartographer and the Warthog, I think driving it into the water and no one's drowning, realizing that you could do anything you want and this world was my world.
But yeah, it looks like that Halo Infinite is going to be a open world environment in some way or form. We don't know. They haven't even confirmed it's going to be a first-person shooter. They have confirmed that it's going to be different. Different can be good or it can be bad. I'll be honest, I have pretty high expectations. I haven't seen a Halo trailer like this that has got my hopes, you know, this high in many, many years. I mean, for me, the reason I fell in love with Halo was because of the open world aspect of it from Combat Evolved. When I first got out of the escape pod and I looked up at the Halo ring and I'm seeing the lush green environment, I cross that bridge, I see a couple Banshees shooting at me, I'm like, wow, this is freaking awesome. I really hope they're able to capture that sense of awe and wonder, you know, but it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. I'm interested to see if they deliver, if it was all just for show. I really do hope that it is a giant open world for exploration and that you can team up with some friends. I mean, that would be a Halo dream come true, but in the past, I've been disappointed with Hunt the Truth and other things, so, you know, hope for the best, expect the worst. Until next time, take it easy, Spartan.